Here.
Good morning.
It's
Or
Friday.
afternoon. It is Friday. I bet some people on this stream are already starting their weekend or they're close to it. That would be nice.
So.
Not for us yet. Yeah. Gavin from Sensible Cinco, he's very, very close to his weekend.
You're close to the weekend.
I am back in my own natural habitat.
Oh my goodness.
4 months of not being here. So it's nice to be home. And yeah.
I'm also in my natural habitat, which is by the water, where I'm not usually at, but this is where I belong.
Yeah, exactly. Same. I belong by the water too.
If you're new to Coding with Sam, this is our series for, I would say, beginner coders, but I also think sometimes this gets into kind of middle level coders. Maybe people who don't call themselves a coder, but want to get more comfortable customizing their membership site using the code recipes we provide. Paid Memberships Pro is very customizable. It has been from the start. WordPress itself, also very customizable. So we're going to show you how to use what we call actions and filter hooks throughout this series, which are ways that you can tap into the core plugin, tap into core WordPress, and change how things function or add functionality to things. So today is one of those examples of hooking in and changing things to fit better for your site and your use case, all through a little code snippet that lives in a safe place in your site and won't be updated and overwritten when you update your plugins. So yeah, let's say, what are we coding, Sam?
If you want to go ahead and pull up my screen, yes. I'm going to show you one way to code this. So this will allow you to have your members to have a weak password. There is a note on this post to be careful and only allow this if it's a good idea for your membership niche and what you're doing and your members. Because, you know, weak passwords are what they are weak. So, you know, there is less security behind them. But I'll show you how to do this side of the code with weak passwords. And then I'm also going to show you the opposite that we have in an add-on that requires strong passwords. So for either way that you need to go, we have a solution for you. Before we went live, Kim and I were looking at what WordPress default password requirements are. And I think the consensus was 8 characters and 1 special character.
Yes, that seemed to be the case. We didn't take our time to dig in deeper on that. Yeah, we should probably tell you what the defaults are.
But
I put the link up there for anyone that's in here.
Yeah, well, actually, I still have my Google search up. So the AI overview says it doesn't enforce specific password rules, but they do have like a strength check. But I also couldn't find this on WordPress.org. I only saw their best password practices of like, don't use your name and your birthday, you know, like. So that's what I found. Beyond that, I really don't know. But we're going to do this code where we will allow a weak password like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're just going to copy the code recipe, which actually is literally 1 line of code. That is how simple this code recipe is. Like Kim said, if you're new here, you don't know about the Snippet plugin that we like to use. This is Code Snippets by Code Snippets Pro. It's in the WordPress.org repository. We have no affiliation with them other than the fact that we just love their plugin because it is a safe way to add little code snippets to your site. You always want to enter a title. There's an ant on my desk. Allow weak passwords. All right. And like I said, it's literally 1 line of code. There are no changes that I have to make. Okay, so that was created and activated. And Kim, how should I demo allowing a weak password? Because I don't want to change my password to my InstaWP
I
site.
guess do a checkout. I think do a log out of your InstaWP site. And do you have a free membership level available on this site?
I think so.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't.
Okay.
That's fine.
Is it? You could probably use a testing. You could probably just use some. There you have your generate user info. That helps. Well, let's see. Click show password here. Let's see.
I mean, it already used my
Username.
what my name would, my username.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so that's like that. I mean, that's pretty weak. I don't know if
That's
it's going
pretty
to
weak.
accept that it's weak, but it is pretty weak.
It will.
It will. I don't know if it would deny it without the code.
Maybe if you make I think WordPress checks. Let's try setting your password here to 123. I think that might still fail, but we'll try it.
All right, and everything else is required. That's filled out, and then my.
Oh, don't tell everyone your credit card number 4242.
I know.
I think it'll still allow it. Yeah.
Yeah, it did still allow it. Okay, and I mean 123 is a pretty not good password. So
pretty weak password. Yeah.
So that's it being weak. Now I have to log back into my Coding with Sam. And I'm actually going to go ahead and remove that code snippet. Delete that one. And then for our add-on, require strong passwords. This is going to make sure that your members are using a strong password, so not 123, but it also gives you this color bar to show how strong or weak it is, unless that was like custom coded. I think that's the way it is. Yeah. Nice little color bar here. So we're going to go to memberships, add-ons. I'm going to search for my strong password, install and activate, and does not have any settings. So it will immediately go on my checkout form. Perfect. So I will go back and log out again and check out for my basic level, generate user, and it is using my username again. That's just the way that generate user button it was created. But it's just a gray bar. There's no color to tell me if it's strong enough. So I'm just literally going to randomly type some letters, and there we go. We have a strong password. And I guess what I'll do is
like if you do something like
very weak.
What's cool about this too is it gives like contextual error messaging when they submit it. So
well, let's try. We'll submit it with the weak password. Oh wait. Oh, credit card or PayPal. Okay. I thought it said credit card or check. I was like, I'll do check, but
nothing to do then.
No. I should set this up so it's easier to check out. Okay. Password error. Add another word or two. Uncommon words or better. Avoid sequences. Okay. So my 123, I guess it's a sequence, and it also is just numbers, so there's not a word there. So what if I do dog 123 exclamation point? Probably gonna be because it does say it should be at least 12 letters long. So we could do Ebenezer 123, and that's a medium password. Ebenezer is a very uncommon word. Let's see if it accepts a medium one.
Yeah, the rating that you're getting back, this might work. The rating that you're getting back is from that library we were talking about. WordPress leverages an open source library called ZXVCBN, and it scores the password on a scale of 1 to 5. So even we're saying enforce strong passwords, medium is considered strong from that library. So the language is funny, but there is a filter in strong passwords add-on to require a higher score. So you could even make it extra strong I guess you would say. But the language it returns back and the checks that it's making are all part of that open source library that's included in WordPress core itself. Yeah. So the strong passwords add-on adds that strength meter to the front end login form, the front end password reset process, the checkout form, and not the front end login form, I guess we say the front end password reset process, and then the user profile front end form in Paid Memberships Pro in the checkout. Yeah. I would say most sites want or should be using stronger passwords than what core WordPress is allowing. But because we're leveraging core WordPress's user creation with Paid Memberships Pro, we try not to modify that because lots of other plugins are probably also trying to modify that. If you have a security plugin, they're probably doing some things to modify the password strength requirements. There's one question from Sensible Senko. Can we be really annoying and not allow people to copy and paste fields into the confirm password? My only hesitation there is at tools like 1Password or LastPass. They also rely on the ability to dynamically populate those fields. So when people are using those tools, you're hopefully getting much stronger passwords anyway, because those tools generate such such long length and not human memorable passwords with mixtures of letters and characters and numbers. So by doing that, I think you would also be limiting the ability of a password manager to populate randomly generated passwords into those fields. So just something to be cautious of. People do disallow copy paste in those fields, and I think it creates maybe more frustration for people. But the use of something like a 1Password is just a beautiful way to encourage people to be safer about things. Oh my gosh, my children, I was telling them about that Have I Been Pwned website where you can check if your password has been released publicly, and their passwords are horrible. They're like, oh, I use the same one everywhere. I was like, oh, I was like, you're going to have credit cards one day. You're going to have a bank account login one day. This is so dangerous. So, but some membership sites are like a free newsletter and you want people to become members just to join your free newsletter. There's not much risk if someone's password is weak in those situations. There's still risk, but once they log in, the worst that they can do is like cancel a free sign up or modify someone's profile information. So the risks are lower when the memberships are free. It's a toss up between how much friction you want to create for people.
I love how you answered Sensible Sensko's question, because I legitimately thought he was telling me to be really annoying and sit here and type everything out.
Is that what we were supposed to do? This is like a good example of where we always tell our support team, like, slow down, because the first read and the interpretation you jump to might not be what people really mean. So I don't know. Which one did you mean, Sensible Senko?
I mean, I guess I can stop copying and pasting stuff, but we might be here a while.
We might be here a while. So Coding with Sam, we have a calendar of upcoming Coding with Sam events available to you. If you want to pull up that page, I can put your screen back on the site. If you go to paidmerchantspro.com/live, you'll see a calendar of all of our upcoming events. We'll be back on August 15th, it looks like.
Yes.
For a unique Coding with Sam.
It is called Coding with Sam, but I will actually be on the beach. And so I have a new face for you guys. Our marketing specialist coordinator, I'm not exactly sure. She's on the marketing team with me, and she is new to coding and building WordPress sites and everything like that. You probably, if you're in the Slack community, you've probably seen her throw out some event messages and blog posts and things in the PM Pro News channel. But she is going to be filling in for me on the 15th. And I think that's going to be really fun. Even though I'm going to be on the beach, I'm going to tune in and watch.
Oh, that's fun. We'll appreciate your support.
And then next week on August 7th, we're going to have Jason back for continuing our Built on Values series. The next one is going to be responsibility in action. That's going to be our third core value out of 5 that we hold near and dear to our hearts at Paid Memberships Pro. So we'll have Jason back to talk about that.
I'll bring up Jeanette's question quickly. We use a plugin called Code Snippets, and it allows you to paste in code recipes and activate them. And the logic underneath the Code Snippet plugin is what adds that code to your site. So it just becomes a piece of the code in your site. Just like Paid Memberships Pro is a plugin that's installed at the server web folder level, these snippets become pieces of code that are active and part of the generation of your site. So that's how WordPress knows to leverage that snippet, because Code Snippets is saying, also run this code. So run all these active plugins, use this theme's code, all these things that live on the server, and then also load these snippets that exist in this snippets area. So I don't exactly know how Code Snippets Pro is coded, but it probably is very similar to that, just loading all those snippets and running them, just like a plugin would run. Yeah, cool. We'll have to start thinking of a good recipe for the coding with Not Sam in 2 weeks'
Yeah,
time.
I want to throw her a softball, maybe like a little bit of a adjustment in the code. But I don't want to scare her off either, because
Right.
at some point I'm going to have too much coding knowledge to be there for beginners. So we will need a fill-in for me.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Maybe one of you all would like to come on. We'll have users and customers coming in to play with code together. That would be interesting. Well, thank you all for tuning in today. Have a great weekend. I hope you're kicking off some fun, soaking up the end of your summer, or if you live somewhere it's not summer right now, your summer's coming soon. I'm going to end this stream. Have a great day.
Thank you, everybody.